Okay, so let's go down to our SF campus. So this is going to be just a rough edit of what we shot yesterday. You'll have a chance in 7 to 10 days for your rough one to Josh will provide a link so you can go through the items we shot, make any requests, name changes, locations in the tour, any Photoshop requests within reason, of course. We can't remove buildings. So we've gotten that request before. So stuff like that. So this is just to say, hey, we got the shots. Cool. We like them. And we can move forward. So on to that inside. I don't think we have anything here for this stop for our panorama. So we walk in. And now we come in here.
Nice.
So we got some peeps doing their thing. We got all the new space. So again, I overshot this, so we can cut it up, which you probably most likely will want to do. I've included all those overshots just so we have them here. Then you can see later when, okay, maybe we'll cut here, or maybe you want to use it all. So I know we mentioned that before. I just wanted to remind you. So we got a little bit of piece of art in the side there. We got some students walking in. Some more people. Some more people coming up, seeing the new space right here. So before we go there, we're going to head up over here. Check out who that is.
Oh, yeah, it's me, Bob. Oh, it's you. I'll hold it.
So we cruise through here. This isn't a stop. We just kind of cruise through the space on the way over. So got some students and some artwork, blah, blah, blah. Cruise on back. You just see. I like that. We even have a little bit of college.
Yeah.
California College up there, and then this is where your rendering will be of the new space. So this will be also where your script starts up and all that. We of course don't have any 360s in this space because how could we?
Mm-hmm.
We jump back, and then we have the outside of this space. Now, it should start the script right here. We can have it start here, or we can have it start in right here, which is where it's at right now. So just something to keep in mind if you want to be in the space where your script starts up and your panoramas live, or you want to be outside the space, is up to you. Okay, so I will make that change, say outside space.
Yeah, because I think then it'll lead you in. Otherwise, yeah, there's not a lot going on in this shot, and then. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Yeah, and if you change your mind, it's not a big deal. We can easily make that adjustment. And I would agree. I think the outside is probably better than just coming inside. So you have a chance with the script start doing its thing. You can come in here and do all that. So this is where all your media is going to live and all that. So cool. Then we reshot this shot because the walls were so much different. So took them out, but we got some students to model for us. So they were more than happy to do that. And we come back into the old space.
That looks pretty seamless, actually.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment, and thank you. So we come up through here. Now we jump up. Now, I hope I did this correctly in how we were placing this, and I believe I did, but please correct me if I'm wrong, that we were going to put the new stuff after the Graduate Center, correct, for the DMBA and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, cool.
So I'm sorry, can you go back? This one more back?
Yep.
One more. Do we say we're going to have 360 here for media center?
It may be living because for when I placed 360s in the tour, I put them in the stops that are for that. So it's probably living in second floor. So if you wanted to move to a different stop, then absolutely we can change that. But I just go off that list. And that's the purpose of this, is just say, okay, cool, yeah, we want to move this to the location. So yeah, we do have it in there. I know it's not living here, I don't think. No. So yeah.
This would be the checkout center where they had all the wires and everything.
Okay. So you want to live with the hybrid lab?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make that note now so I can make that change before your rough one. So it's that was it was the media. I'll just.
Film checkout.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Media.
I kept putting in the film sign.
Film checkout, yeah.
I need the sign.
Film checkout. Put in.
images like at any time. If there's
Absolutely.
other things that we find are missing, then we have Nick run through it.
Yeah, because you do have a second floor studio. Yeah, so it's probably living right down in here. So come on. So this is all
And that's all the same.
all original content. All original content. Go away. And then boom. So we come up here. So now this is where a lot of our 360s are living. So let's find. So
We started
So-
a digital craft lab.
So these are just go in alphabetical order.
Oh, I
So
see.
if you want to change that order, so it's not like that, that's something you can do as well. If you guys don't want to do it, we can do it as well for you. I'll show you after this that you have access to go in and adjust things. So, but just so since we were talking about this, I made sure to get that. So you have your checkout. So we have all this. We have all this fun stuff in there. Yeah. Oh yeah. They're very happy to do so. I like all this fun right here.
Yeah.
All this good fun stuff right here.
Check that.
Cool.
Which one?
I'll start back at the top now. CNC router. So we got all the fun stuff there. You can see the router in there doing its thing. And then we have just, I believe that's the professor
Yeah.
possibly, and just, having some one-on-one time and everything. So fun stuff, someone working, and, there's a lot going on, and I love it.
Mhm.
I think it looks really cool. I love this hat. I love all this right up here. This is so cool.
Yeah, that is where I would like them to look, even if they're not looking at the machine itself, what it produces.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and another thing when we go over it later is you can set up where the panorama opens up to. So you can say, hey, I want it to look right here before when you click on it. As you see, if we click here, it's looking in this direction. We can definitely change the direction. So this is Digital Craft Lab. So it's in the distance, but you can see out there the hill, everything. So we got them working, and it's funny, he came right over and started working. So I think it really placed the shot really nicely. Y'all, all the fun stuff over there.
I think it speaks to him. Even if he can't really see like, you specifically, you can see.
Yeah. So this gives students a really good idea of what's going on in their spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe they're modeling something, and they just need to know, okay, how's the light going to hit it? And so they have this window right here. I think that's pretty cool. This is one of my favorite spaces.
Oh, yeah.
I love this. So we'll just put it on automatic and just enjoy the ride. But I love this material space. I think it's amazing. She didn't move, so now she's in it.
Yeah, that's okay. It was mostly just making sure that I was in there.
You mean you don't want to be in every single shot? So really cool stuff. Looks that's fun. Metal shop. This is a good space too. I love just all the equipment, just the raw metal, and looks really cool. Yep.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of students make their own bikes.
Yeah, they do.
Awesome. Very cool. Love this. Is there any more for this stop? Rapid prototyping. So we have them digging in there, doing their thing. We have the machine right here doing its thing. We have them huddled over here doing their thing. And then we moved her artwork right over here.
Oh, okay.
You were a little hesitant to participate.
Yeah.
But again, we do have opportunities.
But still looks good. So we've got that. But yeah, they had a little trouble getting in there with them, but I still think it came out well. And okay, again.
I was
Modeling.
trying not to be.
It's okay. You do good work. So we'll use you anytime. So we just cruise through. This is all the same stuff.
Being architecture student.
Mm-hmm. Back to architecture, and then we jump.
So the only other thing that I should look back at what Scott said, and we can address this after the practice. Considering putting the MBA after architecture before grad studios.
It's starting grad information with the MBA.
Well, because we visit grad architecture as we're going upstairs, and then have it jump to the MBA, and then have it jump to the rendering.
So let's start with the MBA.
I kind of think that that might make sense. I mean, not that a student would know, like,
No.
but you know, it's not like we're introducing graduate programs because
Yeah, and the thing about, even if I want to use this for our walking tours that are self-guided, we're going to start having those.
Good.
And those are more for undergrads. They're not really for grads.
Okay.
The grad spaces, you have to have access to get to them, most of them. So it's not something that people can just walk into.
okay.
So that's fine with me that we move.
I'll double check with what Scott had emailed me, but that's something we can adjust. This is just
Absolutely.
just making sure we got the images that we want.
Yeah, absolutely. And I won't make that note. I'll just wait to hear back before I make that change. But it's a simple change. So yeah, so we got this right here. We got the people doing the thing. So
Were you able to get any when that big crowd of people came in, or did they just kind of walk?
I have another shot. One guy is walking by, he's blocking this. I don't know if it was more important to have this or not, but if you would rather have that, then I can throw them in. Not a problem. They had the other two people right here walking, but they were kind of like hugsy. So I figured that's probably not the best thing to put in there. So I not like it's good for them. They're in relationship, but we do have another guy that's like kind of in this area, so I can throw him in. I didn't know if we wanted to block this lettering or not. So
We don't.
okay, well there you go. So
And I like that there's some people working and some like hella crowded. And they can see the space, like the green chairs and the sitting area.
yeah. I think if there's a person right here, there'd be a lot of attention right here on this person. So
So you're okay with that? Okay.
beautiful, cool. And then we come on side, and then is this where we start? Is our script start up right here? Okay, yes. So I haven't removed this yet. I'm just waiting for the go ahead. So this was your original shot. It seems like you've changed this part of the office a little bit too as well.
Yeah, and it's posted just that Career Expo 2014.
Like a wall, I think, here now. Yeah, so we have him. He had to have his pig in it. So we have this nice space.
Man, there's so many walls in student affairs.
Yeah, it's not the
hard.
most interesting space to shoot, but I felt like we really should
Yeah.
replace it.
No, you're right. It's just not, I don't like, there's so many walls. Yeah, no, it's fine.
And I think when we do the full overhaul, it would be, yeah.
Well, when you do are you talking about the?
The other thing that we should add, because we don't have any additional photos here, we should add some photos of student events.
Oh, yeah, Yucky has a ton.
Yeah, and I
He
think
has
that
really good shots too.
I think that speaks more to student affairs than the office space, but
Yeah, can you take a note of that? Student activity shots.
okay.
And down the line, when you guys do your official move and all that, and you're considering a full tour upgrade, we have interactive experiences where you can make these walls more interactive, so you can use them as, not just a blank space. So you could add like a video talking or something like that, or a hotspot or an action item. So, yeah, that'd be good opportunities. So that's exciting. Your guys' move. A lot of work.
Yeah,
Okay, next couple of years, a lot of work.
we are ready for it. I'm excited.
Good. So we all the same. Then we go to 75 Studios. So we get a little small walkthrough here. So we have our, I believe, living room / dining room space.
Is that weird to walk?
I'm sorry, I missed that completely. I was writing.
So we just go from here and we just jump inside into one of the spaces.
Yeah, I almost think we probably did that.
Or at least, you guys got the hallway, right?
No, we only shot just coming into the space.
Because the
So-
hallway, it's not that interesting. Like, you don't want to make people click through too much, but
Yeah, since this is so far back in the end of the tour, it's usually we would just, here's the space. We wouldn't even usually walk through it. It would be just here's this spot or here's this spot. So
I don't know if it's the best landing in the building I'm concerned about. It's nice that they get to walk through.
Yeah, yeah. That outside was definitely difficult too with all the wires and the cars. I know we
Would
talked
be
about
some-
it.
Would it be something that, if we supplied an exterior image of the building, that we could land on that and then walk in? What would you think of that?
This makes sense.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we can go try to grab it real fast. It's just our weather is,
Less
yeah.
ideal.
So
We need
Fortunately,
something that
yeah.
says it's an investment. That
Yeah.
shows the building to what it is you're entering.
I agree. And we were talking about yesterday, and then we were like, okay, we're gonna land in here, but you know,
Yeah, it's just hard not being able to visualize it until you see it all.
I agree. I agree. So, we'll save the fun one for last. So, here we have just 360 of the space. So you can see the bedrooms and all that.
I think this is good because then you can.
Yeah. I like this, and I think a different landing image. I definitely think
You didn't see the dishwasher.
Like gold.
I
that's
know.
important.
Nobody has to argue about who.
Oh my god.
So, what a view. So we have
That.
downtown, school's right there. We're right over here somewhere, I believe. You know, and it's not too crazy. I mean, yeah, you can see there's a lot of stuff up here, but you know, there's solar panels, and I think that's pretty cool. You know, you have renewable energy, and that's big in this part of California. So,
And one of the big initiatives about the building of 75 Arkansas is that it's green plate rated and everything. So,
awesome.
so I think that's a great landing.
I love this.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's yeah, we really did. I kind of wish that we didn't, you know, decide against shooting the outside because now we have just full on fog and gloom. But
It's gonna be sunny in a bit, but it will be fine.
yeah, so it's okay though.
That's. Is there any like if you guys supply us with the specs or anything that like to make sure that the resolution is on par with what you need for the tour if we were to supply an image for a tour stop?
Yeah, I would just
Because then we wouldn't have to shoot it on the day like today, but we could then make over when it looks nice
Mhm.
and about the same time of day so that it looks consistent.
yeah, maybe even stage it a little bit just so you have some students outside to kind of distract from all the rest that's going on over there.
And then if we wait a little longer, the color.
Yeah, yep.
So that could be a possible solution.
Absolutely. So I would just recommend you can talk to your PM, but I would just recommend just sending a full res JPEG of the shot that you want, and then we'll resize it and throw it in the tour as we will on our side for whatever, or you know, if we need to downsize it or anything like that. So that's not a problem, and we've done that many times before. So
And we were there around 10 a.m. I guess it doesn't really matter because it's inside.
no. So you know, you want decent light on it, of course. So, but you have a photographer. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. So.
Yeah. We can.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
yeah.
we
We
got a
also
little-
probably want an exterior of the American Industrial Building. See, it's so hard because like when you're walking through, you're like, I don't think we need an exterior shot.
Yep.
Because it's weird to land outside a building. But now seeing how this tour lays out when you are just like dropped into a hallway.
Yeah. So dropping in and just walking around. It happens, but it happens in a lot of schools. So they get to the end of the tour, they don't like the outside of the building, so they just want to jump in. But for your purposes, it seems like that's something you want more continuity, I guess.
I agree.
Okay.
So
Because we did that for this building before going to student affairs with the exterior, even though it's not
Something
that interesting.
Even
I'm
with
so
just-
sorry. I wish I had
That's
thought
fine.
of that
Even if it's
yesterday.
just street signs,
mhm.
that shows part of the building in street signs, that's fine.
Yeah, so it's fine, you know.
I mean, it's nice because if we do have an exterior image, it's right next to the Museum of Craft and Design, and that's also a kind of a selling point.
And our students are actually exhibiting from MFA.
Oh, great.
Cool. Yeah. So
from
we'll just
MFA Fine Arts.
we'll throw one of those in there too.
So
So
we faked this space and
yes,
to try and show the crit space too.
kind of like see the hall, turn into the quick space, and then jump into a studio. So I picked the above one because I thought it was neat. So
Isn't that great?
So-
Preston was his name.
Preston, there we go. Couldn't figure it out. So yeah, so we had one just down at the door shooting in, but then he actually said, "Hey, are you gonna try to shoot above?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think I will." And I think this is the best shot. I think it shows the organized chaos, and I think it's beautiful. So.
I'm so glad you asked.
Yep. So that's the updates.
And what was
There's
the
a 360. Yeah, sorry, I got a little excited here. And then we have the 360 of the space showing just a little lounging, a little bit of computer.
Yeah, it's fine.
Kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I was gonna say, please get that black thing that they have there.
Unfortunately, our model bailed out once the computer camera got out. So.
But it shows that there's like communal space, workspace, kitchen.
Yeah, and you have
Can
a
you see,
little
actually,
bit.
can you keep scrolling to the?
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Oh no! Don't be.
Because it has those. Yeah, you can see that there's natural light over there. I love those windows.
Yeah, they're pretty.
You guys got the workshop, right? There's a shop in there.
We looked at it and it was pretty empty and it didn't look compelling to do a 360 of.
Okay, but we'll put shots in it, right?
We can do that. It just
If we need to let the students know that they have space, workshop
for it
space,
separate.
because we show all this stuff here, but then they're not gonna walk from here over to there with other stuff.
Yeah.
So we just wanna show them and have equipment there for you.
Yeah. And Eric, it sounded like when I was talking to Eric yesterday that they were still working on installing everything.
Yeah,
So,
so yeah, we can do shots, that's fine.
I
As long
think,
as you have something there to show.
yeah, and I think that if we wait a little bit so that it looks a little more in use, because it was kind of like white walls and cords wrapped up, which didn't really look that.
You
It
guys
looked
got
more
the
like
space that opened up, like that big thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
It looked more like storage rather than a workshop, so that's why we're kind of like, nah, this is
Because
probably not the best
we
to shoot.
actually thought about using that for 360, and then we decided to do the communal space instead.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Cool.
Maybe they're just waiting on some equipment. This is beautiful.
I like it. I think it's a nice little end to the tour. So then that's it. It just takes you back to the front. So cool. Well, it sounds like we're happy. It's good. It's very good. Let me go through really fast and show you what you have the ability to do.
And if you, Charles, if you need to go to the 9:30, I can manage
This
the.
part of it.
Yeah, I just want to,
Oh, no, not at all.
if you don't mind, before you go, I just want to look at our list one more time and make sure.
Oh, I looked at it last night. we
And
got it.
will you be signing off on the photography or will,
She will.
oh, then I'll just hand you this form just to, say, hey, we came here, we did it. Sorry. So I'll make those changes before you get your rough one. And again, once you get that rough one, please feel free to request any more changes. Hey, move this, change this. If there's something weird that you want, cleaned up on the floor, and say there's like a puddle or something.
And renaming things is okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and then after I leave here, I'll be in contact with your PM, and then he'll be in contact with you regarding the next steps, finalizing your script and all that fun stuff. So thank you again. It was such a pleasure to meet you.
We share updates.
We changed some things on the fly, and so I'll make a new copy of this. I'm also going to rename because we decided to split up those two stops at the front of the name that we talked about.
Yes, I saw that.
Okay.
I
So-
looked at this last night just to make sure that what I understood is what we written down.
Okay.
But yes, we need to update that.
Okay. So you feel good?
I feel good. I like it.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Excited. Did you record that part? I like it.
I did. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Have a good one.
You too. So this is, you'll have a screen that looks similar to this. Obviously, this, since I have, admin access and all that, it'll look, I have a little more buttons here, but you have access to see certain ideas and things here. Not ideas, content that you can change and all that and manage. So for the photo section, you'll just go and manage. It's very simple. You'll just upload photos. So click and drag, or if you, click in here, you can, find a shot and throw it in there.
Oh, wait, that's a good shot. What was that? Sorry,
No.
that had all the posters on it.
I think it was this one, right?
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
we do walk through there when
We
go
do.
to illustration.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Sorry about
we
that.
almost cut that because I know that Shiraz was saying like, oh, we don't need all this, but I liked the posters, so I left it in there. So I'm thinking
I
that
think
maybe,
that's good.
you know, maybe if we wanted to cut, you know, one of these shots, and, you know, turn and then go straight to this one, then sure. So, but I'll leave that at your discretion. But so you can bring in your photos. They'll, you know, start loading, and once they're done, you'll get a green check mark. So I would just, once you load them in, maybe do 10 at a time. Don't override the system or overheat them. Let them do their thing. Green check mark. Cool. We're good to go. Back to manage. You'll have a running list of all your photos.
Okay. One more thing I just realized. I'm so sorry.
Of course.
Back in the beginning of the tour, when we reshot the nave, the look left and look right, those are still existing. Is that correct?
They still exist. Yeah, we just need to find a way to put them back in.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, the only thing, it's important that we don't lose, just because it sounded like when I spoke with Josh that updating the walking shots would not affect the pattern, because we still want students to be able to look right and see the fashion studios and look left and see.
So right now what you saw is just a clone. Your live tour has not been affected in any way.
Okay.
So yeah, and we'll just have to put those back in there.
Okay.
So
yeah, as long as we like the update doesn't include using them, I just need to make sure.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Thank
So
you.
Nope, of course. So running total of all your shots, pictures you had in. Once you start associating them, you can then organize them by their stops. When you have one selected, you can change its title here, status if it's live or offline, in case you just don't want to delete it and you're gonna use it later.
Mhm.
And then you can add a little description about it.
Awesome.
And then your tour stops, you can set where you want it to be. So it can be in one, or if it's if you want multiple, it's Command on a Mac, Control on PC, I believe. You can, and it'll live in a couple places. Now this is where the order comes in. They all are in alphabetical order. So say for, well, let me just mess that up for you real fast. Try that again. Say for this stop. So it's in alphabetical order, but you want this one first.
Mhm.
You would just, change the order. I want, this one to be 1, then you would, 1, update, and then make the other one 2, update, and so forth. So
Okay.
it's a little tedious, but it'll reorganize it so it comes at the top of the list.
Okay.
Very simple. For videos, it should be very similar actions. Just there's a couple more steps you have to do. You'll find your videos from YouTube. So go in, you'll type in, say CCA. You can preview it, click it, and say, hey, cool, that's what I want. You can, once you click on it, it'll say, hey, do you want to add this to your screen? It won't make it live. It'll just add it to your screen to work on it. You can say, okay, cool. It'll populate right here, and it will say disapproved. So it's an attempt to make sure that you know exactly what you're adding in, because videos on the web can be very varied.
Yeah.
So change the name, tour stops, description, but then the next step would be you would have to hit approve and then update.
Okay.
So that's just the extra thing you have to do.
Okay. And so all video has to come from YouTube. So like if we have a video that we've just created, we have to upload to YouTube and then source it from YouTube.
As far as I know, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's fine. We have a channel. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes. As far as I know, yes. Ask Josh if I'm mistaken. But as far as I know, yes. I do believe there's also a way to do it through Vimeo as well, but YouTube is definitely the main guy there. 360 panoramas, you have an ability to go in here. Just be careful what you change in here, because it will, affect them. You obviously don't delete them. If you delete them, then I have to yell at you and then put them back in. So these are where you can adjust. Okay, hey, say, what was that stop? I think it was on the second floor. So, what is this? So CNC router. So if you want to change where this is looking, you can go into set view and then just move her up a little bit and then save that view. So the next time that it opens up, it's looking up now. So I can default that. So you can do that for any one of your
Can you do that
360s.
one more time?
Absolutely.
Sorry about that.
No, of course not. So you click on a 360. You can see it's checked here. You hit set view, and then this is where you can change
And
what you
just
want.
drag it around.
Drag it around, and, set it up where you want.
Can you zoom in?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So save view. You can move around in here too, but it will not update into the tour.
Okay.
So you have to go into this save view. So once you hit save view, then hit update, and boom, it'll be live instantly.
Okay.
Same thing as photos, names, status. For some reason you want to take it offline for a little bit, you can do that as well. Tour stops and a description.
Okay.
So fairly simple.
And the description shows it's not internal notation, it's external, like it'll show on the site in the tour.
Yeah, so let's see here. It should be the name. I copy the names when I don't know if there's anything you want in there.
No, that's fine, because if I can update them, we can say.
Hi, and welcome
Yeah.
to California College of the Arts.
Come on, fingers.
Yeah, no, the way that you've got it annotated right now is perfectly.
I didn't know if you saw that or not. Yeah, so it'll be right here, and it'll just be right there.
Okay.
So you'll just whatever you want to put in there. So obviously, don't put in many paragraphs, but I would I always like to say keep it like Twitter centric with the how much description you want to put there. So, and the same with photos, they'll do the same thing. I don't think these have any, so there's notations you can put in here as well.
You can put notations that. Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, so photos and 360s you can add notation and the videos as well.
Okay.
So you have all that ability to do that. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So 360s, photos again, descriptions right there, and then video as well.
Okay.
So.
Great.
It's fairly simple. If you have any issues, obviously let us know. And if you don't have access anymore, because I know you got thrown in on the project, let Josh know, hey, I don't know how to do all this, and he'll help you with that.
Okay.
So
I think I might still have a login, or I think I got it when, but I'll check in.
great. Awesome. Cool. Well, that's all I have for you. Do you have any further questions or concerns or anything?
Let me just make sure that I know my action items.
Sure.
Following this. So
Of course.
I'm emailing Josh about the script deadline, because I know that since we made some changes on the fly, I want to make sure that everything works.
Of course.
I'm going to double check with him about the look left, look right features, just to make sure that that doesn't get lost.
Yep.
I need to give you guys rendering of the backlot. Thanks for helping me work through this.
Oh, of course.
checklist.
Absolutely.
Rendering of the
Res halls or graduate center.
Graduate Center in 180 Cooper. Okay. Is there so do you have resolution specifications, like do you need like 300 dpi or 70? What? Web is probably lower. Sorry, I work in
No, web is lower. But if you could send us, I would rather you send us 240 to 300. That way we can adjust it. And if it's already low res, then we have a harder time. So I would just send us. So those would be full res JPEGs.
Okay.
Then we'll resize them.
And you prefer JPEG format?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And if at all possible, try to keep the original aspect ratio of that camera, and then we can crop as we need.
Okay. Okay. And then I'm sending exterior of 75 Arkansas. We'll have Nancy's just gotten a lot. Exterior of 75 Arkansas, and then the exterior of the American Industrial Building, which we'll put in front of the MFA Fine Arts Studios.
Yes.
And then I'll make a note for myself, Shiraz wants workshop. But I can add that in the supplementary photography.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that there's a lot of task items, but I think they're all things that I can take care of. I'm gonna just quickly go through what we have currently. And then removing things, I I can do on my own.
Yes, yes. And if for some reason there's any issues, you can let us know. While we're at it, we'll take down, where's that 360? 360 over in this building just because it's just, let's just get rid of that right now.
Yeah, it's a shame that there weren't more critiques going on the day that we were shooting. I'm walking through the name right now. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Look right is Fashion
Where?
Design Studio. Look left is Evening Studios, and then that's where we would normally do. And then the existing 360s won't change. I'm so happy with the changes that we made at the back of the name to include the backlot and the production stage. Thank you for helping us figure that
Oh,
out.
absolutely. I think it came out really well, and it's a nice little space, and I definitely think it should have had the feature that it did.
Yeah. And then the existing production stage. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm looking.
No, please don't be.
Looking for organization, but I know that I'm checking just for content. 'Cause I know that
Absolutely.
that's the only thing.
Yeah.
Second floor. Oh, the 360s are up already.
Yeah, they're up right now just to show that's just how that the system's kind of weird. So if it's weird, I can make them offline.
No,
So.
that's totally fine. I was just checking to make sure. And then graduate center, worst case scenario, we can reuse this. I think that I'm hoping that we'll be able to get one from the same people.
Okay.
Faculty and
Yeah,
student center.
But your trail has not changed as of yet until we officially override it. So.
Okay.
And your 360 are overridden inches. For some reason, with the way our system works, they have to go into the tour live. So it's usually not an issue.
Will Josh set the go live date, or is that something that you have on your schedule already, or should I just talk to him about that?
Yeah, that you guys should already have a go live date set up between you two. If not, then that's something you guys will definitely want to discuss. So I haven't heard word of it. So
that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So as far as content capture, I think obviously Shiraz signed up on it, so we're good to go. But,
Yep. Cool.
I really appreciate you walking.
Oh,
us
of
through
course.
all of this. And,
Not a problem. Not my face.